Leviticus 13 gives an extensive description of the laws concerning severe skin diseases, commonly referred to as leprosy in older translations. It is one of the most detailed chapters in the book, outlining how the priests were to diagnose and handle these conditions. Far more than a medical manual, this chapter is a vivid picture of holiness, impurity, and the process of restoration that reflects the relationship between sin, separation, and divine mercy. The chapter begins with the Lord instructing Moses and Aaron. When anyone has a swelling or a rash or a shiny spot on their skin that may be a defiling disease, they must be brought to Aaron the priest or to one of his sons who is a priest. Leviticus 13:1-2. The priest's task was not that of a doctor, but of a spiritual examiner. His verdict carried ritual and communal significance. If the patch appeared deeper than the skin and the hair in it turned white, the person was declared unclean. If the case was uncertain, the person was quarantined for 7 days and then re-examined. Leviticus 13:3-4. This quarantine period served both practical and spiritual purposes. It prevented the spread of disease within the camp and symbolized careful discernment before a declaration of impurity. If the infection spread, the person was pronounced unclean. If it subsided, they were declared clean. Leviticus 13:5-8. Paradoxically, if the disease covered the entire body, turning the person completely white, they were pronounced clean, a striking image of how complete exposure of impurity allows for cleansing. Leviticus 13:12-13. The chapter also includes instructions for other conditions such as boils, burns, baldness, and discoloration. Every situation had to be examined by the priest, showing the thoroughness of God's concern for order and purity. Leviticus 13:18-37. The meticulous process underscores that impurity was not a matter of human guesswork, but divine discernment, mediated through God's appointed representatives. Leviticus 13 further extends the law to clothing. Any fabric or leather that developed reddish or greenish patches of decay was to be isolated and possibly burned if the infection spread. Leviticus 13:47-59. The presence of leprosy in material goods symbolized the pervasive threat of decay and corruption in all parts of life. Anyone declared unclean faced temporary isolation. The person with such an infectious disease must wear torn clothes, let their hair be unkempt, cover the lower part of their face, and cry out, "Unclean, unclean." Leviticus 13:45. This exclusion from the community was not punishment but protection, both for others and for the one afflicted, who awaited divine and communal restoration. Ultimately, Leviticus 13 teaches that impurity, like sin, separates people